media and understand the need to share information, but I think we don't have enough private conversations. We don't talk to each other privately enough. We go directly public too often, and we need to do something about that. We also need to try to get to the root causes of problems rather than deal with symptoms. You know, it's just like dealing with the leaves on the tree are not right. We talk about the leaves and never think about the fact that the roots could be rotten. You know, we need to get to the root cause of some of these issues. The problem is that so many of us, hopefully not me included, are in the business or in the race business.
Right.
And the irony, of course, is that in the race business, you're not really trying to solve problems. You know, because that's what, you know, we talk about that in the book. You know, we talk about the NACP first. I mean, the idea is to keep problems going. It's because you don't want to lose your job, you know, because your job is dealing with the problem. So as long as you treat the symptoms of the problem and not the roots, then the problem will keep on feeding you. The problem will keep on supporting you. But as far as the event is concerned, I appreciated very much some of the things that some of the people had to say. I particularly appreciated what Mr. Farrakhan had to say on some issues. But clearly, various people were there as was I, to basically further their own particular agenda, whatever that whatever that is. My agenda was to try to get word out about the book, which I think because in a way I was basically retrofitted into that discussion because I wasn't. I have no political.
You're not a black leader.
Yeah, right. Not a black leader. I don't have a political bent, so to speak. But I do believe that we have to stop having so many public conversations, and we also need to have more results-oriented gatherings to get together and say, in my business, I'm hired by a client, and I'm given objectives. We need to increase share of market. We need to increase sales. We need to increase awareness, whatever that is, by X number of points by X date. And if we don't do that, then we go on probation. And sometimes we just get terminated. Well, if you can't do that, then somebody else has to do it. We are not accountable enough. I mean, we need to have our leaders be accountable for what they say they are about and to show results. The thing that, one of the things that we encountered in our research, and we'll put together this really interesting dynamic, this graph. Over the last 40 years, the black-white gap has remained constant. Remained constant. No change. Can you believe that? And the reason it may be hard to believe is because we see the increase in income and education for a certain segment of the black population. So that must suggest that we are biting into or eating into that gap, right? No, we're not. So if we are staying constant, the gap is the same, what does it mean? That the gains that some of us are making are at the expense of the rest of us. So that's interesting stuff, and that's very depressing stuff. We can't do something about it. So I just think that we need to. The reason we're calling this the Resolution Project is because our goal is to, by some date that we don't know yet, put ourselves out of business. I don't want to keep doing this. I want to resolve, that's resolution, I want to resolve the problem. And so we can go on and do something else. And I don't know anybody else really trying to do that. So.
Brother Burrell, I know all of you have more questions, but please forgive me. I want to give you an opportunity to talk with him directly, so we are going to wrap things up, but I just want to give a special gift on behalf of Afriware. Send for birds. You have lived.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Means to remember our history before moving forward.
That's absolutely right.
For those who may not know the meaning, why don't you share what the Sankofa word represents?
Did you all hear me? No. Remember your history, embrace your history before moving forward. Okay. And it's based out of Ghana as well.
Was that Ankara? That the Adinka
symbol. It's an Adinka symbol as well.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we appreciate your work and dedication.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, at this time, just want to make sure everybody knows we have plenty of books in the back. Brother Burrell will be up front signing copies. If you haven't signed our email list, please make sure to do so. We have an announcement though. Just hold tight, please. Sister Kajari is going to talk about that donation we talked about earlier, as well as give you some instructions on the book signing.
Thank you so much for coming out, supporting our events. And speaking of the events, as you know, we do not charge admission for the events. We want to continue to be a resource for the community, bringing informative lecturers, presentations, having family events, things for youth. But as we all know, we are the only ones who support us. So your donations, monetarily or either making a purchase, will be greatly appreciated at this time. And the next time you come to something here or come to visit, bring 2 people with you so we can build a city and community of wealth. Recycling our dollars in the businesses, sharing knowledge, and bringing consciousness one by one or hopefully 2 by 2. In order to make the process of the book signing fair, not to exhaust and tire out and honor Mr. Burrell's time, I ask you to print your name or how you want it signed largely on the back of your bookmark. If you have not purchased your book, if you would quietly step up to the counter and do so. If you have purchased your book, if you would quietly line up here. And if you are waiting, please feel free to browse, because if you have not chosen, if you have not already done so, and would like to honor and recognize the women in your life, we have lots of Mother Day gifts. Not that you don't honor and cherish them every day, but if you'd like to do something special tomorrow, you may purchase a gift here. Thank you. Okay, thank you.